bird on a tree. I'm just sitting here. I got time. It's clear to see.
This is a little bit nerve-wracking. This is about $80 worth of material right here. I don't want to screw it up. What I did was, my pattern is under here and it sticks to the clear vinyl. So I've laid it out. I'm smoothing it out. Because we had that kind of pulled tight with the stickum. So, first thing, you can see these marks, but this mark is on the pattern. So what I'm going to do is trace this mark onto the actual clear vinyl. So we got that. With any luck now, we pull this one out from under. That was loud. So this is interesting. This is my hot knife. Now, I'm cheap. I was not willing to pay $200 for a freaking hot knife. I have this solder gun. It's a Weller. It's probably about 40 years old. What I did was I went on eBay and I bought the knife for the heat gun. Now, it's not the same. It wasn't the right size as the soldering iron that came out of here. So I put it in a vise and I ground it down to where it shoves in. Then I can pull this forward and it tightens up and it'll heat up my knife. So I spent $10 instead of $200. I just couldn't pay that for that. So what I'm doing now is cutting a strip that's 2.5 inches wide.
The reason you use a hot knife is on this umbrella. It melts it so that it doesn't fray later on. So I got my first strip. So this is my seam. And what we did to create that is I cut this 2.5 inch strip, and then we take the double-sided tape and I put it on this edge, and then I folded it over. We got to sew all these. And like I said, what I do now is I fold that over and just start sewing. Like I said, it's not perfectly straight, but I did that before too. You get too close to that edge. I found a unique way to do this that seems to help. I pre-folded it. What I do now is hold that there. That seems to work pretty easy instead of sitting there trying to hold it and fold it as it goes along. I think Cellrite spells a special foot to do that, but me and my cheap machine are doing just fine. You can actually buy strips that are already double seamed like this, but I'm cheap, so here I am.
Because if you don't, you'll be the next one getting your ass beat.
The same thing. What we're going to do is take our double-sided tape, run it down this edge so we can stick it to the vinyl and fold it over. Now, this is the outside, so it's going to go underneath. This stuff is so hard to pull off without pulling the sticky off at first, and then once you do that, it sticks pretty well, but at first it is hard. I'm surprised this stuff is working as well as it is. I left it up on the boat, covered, but the moisture got in it. Just, you know, anytime you cover something with a tarp. So that's on there now. And now we'll fold it like that. And that'll be our edge. We'll sew that across. I'll figure out how I'm going to do that. Yeah, that one. That one's all the way across.
So I'm doing my best right here to figure out how to come around this corner and make it look somewhat decent. I put a little tape, inside tape on that. I'm going to try to fold this around and see what we look like. My strips are literally just barely long enough. I guess that needs to go straight up, doesn't it? No, it won't work right. I'll just do it like that. It's as good as it's going to get. I'm going to stick this whole thing all the way to the bottom now. The biggest difference I see between sewing and using saws is on a saw, when you get to a point, you just stop. On the sewing machine, if you just stop, then it keeps going. You got to remember to slow down with the foot pedal and stop there. They said in woodwork, you just stop and back up barely, so I keep having a tendency to do that, and it breaks the thread. See, I keep... It's very hard to push over and have it feed right at the same time. When you push over, it wants to stop. No, I haven't been sewing for... I said I did. Oh, right there. That's not too bad. It's further than I usually make it. I've gotten to be an ace. At rethreading here. Now I'll get to flip it and do the whole other side. Can I make it across twice? That's the question. Alright, I think we finally... Let's see, next one. So a lot of strings to burn, but we got there.